Hello everyone, this is Garrett, and this is the Talos Principle. And the last time we played, I said I was gonna get all the stars off screen and stuff. I didn't. Because I changed my mind. I'm just gonna do everything on screen, but I'm not gonna get stars right now. I might actually never get the stars on screen. I don't know. I've not fully decided. Either way, we're going to level B, is basically what I'm trying to get at here. And maybe when I'm done with the game, I'll maybe go back to like A and get all the stars maybe that way. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, yeah, and then there's that, I guess. At some point, I should read these hub texts, I suppose. But, I don't think I'm gonna do that now. Maybe I should read all the Athenas when I get all of them. Because it seems like a coherent story, presumably when you like put it all together and stuff. I still press escape at those things, even though I should know by now that that doesn't work. Yeah, we're going to B, and we're just gonna hang out there. Gonna talk to this particular thing too. I'll read these all when I'm at like C or something, and then I'll have all of them. And maybe at that point I feel more like reading these things, because right now I don't really want to start off this new recording session with let's read for the next 20 minutes, because there's a lot of words. There's a lot of words. Let's instead start it off with a puzzle, which is most likely going to... I don't know. I had real troubles with these puzzles when I was playing Sigils of Elohim. Maybe later, maybe it's gonna be harder ones, but so far I've just put all of them in the right spot every single time pretty much. I haven't really struggled with any of them so far. So that's a bit strange, but whatever. Let's look at this. I have seen the truth. Only Elohim can save us from eternal oblivion. Thanks. Anything else? I have to try every door and whatnot just in case I find some cool secrets, some cool things behind the door. Maybe the door is suddenly openable. Maybe I can go through the door. Maybe the door is never there at all. And given that I have walked through a wall before, let's actually just try walking through the doors, just in case, you know? That's just, alright, it doesn't work. Worth a shot, though. I mean, we don't find many doors in this game so far. So when we do find a door, it's probably in our best interest to try and walk into it, given that we've walked through walls now. Now we know what's possible and what's impossible. Yeah, and I kind of want to get up here somehow, but it doesn't look like there's a way or any real reason to be up there. So I guess we're going inside, going down, bloobity. Going to a whole new world.
Stands before you, my child, and know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
It feels like I just walked into Serious Sam right here. It looks almost identical to Serious Sam. Oh my god. Look at that, though. I do love the lighting effects in this game, though. Oh, it's a new thing. I can't have all of these. Yeah, I figured. Worth checking, though. It's a circle. I guess this is one of those fans we saw in the kind of developer room thing. And a monitor? Maybe we can put it on our head and pretend we're real. We can pretend we're people. Maybe? I don't know. These are always all open, but then we get here and we get a little bit sad. A little bit sad. But we got a new hub, we got a lot of levels to choose from. Any cool walls to walk? Like, these exact statues are in Serious Sam. These are reused assets, but that's fine, you know. They're allowed to do it. It's their game. They can do what they want. They made their own engine. They can do whatever they want with the engine if they make a new game. I'm probably not going to walk through any walls there. It's probably the case. I don't remember this statue in Serious Sam, though, so that's that, you know. Is something. I like the lights here. Where are these lights? Oh, wait, where are these lights coming from? Not sure. Is that from those? That doesn't really... Where are these lights coming from? Unless it's like from here, I guess. I mean, it might work, but I don't... The sun has confused me, but I guess it does make sense that would come from those windows. Let's stop looking at windows, and let's instead find secrets. I'm really desperately hoping I can find another one. It just makes me so happy when you suddenly find cat pictures and developers and whatnot. I'm gonna go in there in a second. That's a weird wall. Like, I can walk forward and then I just gravitate towards the circle there. Through the magic of invisible walls. Boop. Tell me something. Do you always do as you're told? No. I only ask because I couldn't help but notice the stash of brightly colored knickknacks you're collecting. Don't you think it's a mite odd that the big voice in the sky keeps telling you to find those doodads, yet forbidding you to use them to climb the great big tower in the middle of it all? You're testing me. I must resist the tower's temptation. I'll climb it when I'm good and ready. Let's be honest. Okay, no need to get huffy. You'd be amazed how many just do as they're told without stopping to think for themselves, but maybe you're different. Then again, maybe you're exactly the same. Maybe everyone climbs the tower, and the only way to win is to stay down there with the mortals. Are you trying to manipulate me? Nope. In fact, I'm all in favor of you poking about up there, if only to see what you find. Must be something juicy if it's forbidden by His Highness. Then again, maybe not. I'll be off then. Just wanted to drop in and run a little interference. Whatever you do, take care. You got bigger problems than the voice in the clouds. You don't like to say his name, do you? Not very helpful, or I will. I like that one. It sounds snarky. Terminating. Aw. He was not interested in my shenanigans. There's this question mark BC. Oh, that's an old document. It's egg dot thingy. Egg dot source. I want to see the source of the egg. I'm not doing that. And immortality, the HTML is a bunch of words. We'll read all of those as per usual when we are done with all the puzzles. Read it at the end, and then conveniently make every level a video. Worked out so far. I'm finally getting some sense out of this entity in the archive, though at some cost of my sanity. I'm beginning to think this Elohim wields no more control over the world than we do. Also, I guess this is like the serpent. I mean, it's like an eyeball, and there was like a serpent of some... I don't remember who mentioned the serpent. It might have just been an achievement, honestly, but... I remember someone mentioning a serpent and being like, don't get tempted by him, because he's a snake and he's evil and, you know, all that god stuff. And I'm guessing that's him, because he was being very, like, you know, maybe you should climb that tower. Wouldn't it be cool if you climbed that tower, you know, the one tower that the guy told you not to climb and stuff, you know, that tower, that would be cool. Might be juicy, like an apple, you know, might be like that. Who knows? It might be. But yeah, we're, before we do anything, there's something's blooping at me. There's a monitor over there. You can't just bloop at me like that without me being like, hello, I wish to speak to you, little monitor. But first I'm going over here, because when there's nothing, there might be something. Yeah? You know, that's how that works. Oh God, if only I had a box, I might be able to climb into the thing. If only I had another secret disc with cat pictures. If only I had so many things. But I'm sure we'll find something. I'm sure somewhere along these lines we're going to find a cool thingy mabogger. But it's gonna take some looking, and with that, it's gonna take some tolerance. Tolerance of me being the slowest player ever put in a video game world. But at least I get to see things. Hello, eyeball. You got a lot of words inside of you that I intend to read at some point in my life. Something about mutation, something about capacitors, and something about evil learners. Very exciting. That's a bunch of words. But it was favored by a person, and that person's probably very smart. Otherwise, he wouldn't favorite something about evolution, because that makes you incredibly intelligent. Do I really want to go anywhere? Is there a ladder over there? Is that a puzzle? Maybe it's a puzzle. Maybe I can see into puzzles through the windows. I guess that would make sense, given that those puzzles are generally in that direction and stuff. But it would make sense. Look, the shadows of cat ears are calling to me already. It might be a tree, but more than likely is cat ears, you see. Also, you can see that this is indeed a different session than when the last time I played, because I'm looking at things a lot more patiently now than at the end of the latest one. Certification program is a sham already. I was able to send that one to other people. But yeah, we're just nearly done running in this big circle of ours. Then we can move on. Nearly done. Just testing the waters. Just checking out the lands. Just seeking those good old-fashioned secrets. Because when you find a secret, you've progressed ever so slightly further into the lands. Hello, drum music. You came out of nowhere and startled me somewhat. But I'm gonna let it slide, because it was kind of a nice drum. Plus, I'm looking at water, and honestly, at this point, nothing can really distract me from anything, because even though I'm pretending to look what's underneath the water, I'm really just looking at the pretty water effects while going in a large circle. That is what's really going on here, which people probably already realized, on account that it took about 9 days for me to go through a single circle. But you know, I had to enjoy what was given to me. Beep. In a minute, though, we're gonna go into the first puzzle, which is whichever one I'm closest to at the time, I think. Thought I saw a thing. It was just a weird leaf. Leaves aren't very good. Leaves aren't secret. Leaves aren't things I need. There's plenty of leaves. There's giant palm trees all over the place. They have pretty big leaves. But no. Had to look. Had to check. Maybe it was a secret leaf. A secret leaf in a secret place, leading to a secret door, to a secret land, in secrecy. It's secrets. Secrets. I think I just heard something go beep beep, and I'm not sure what it was. But I'm, again, going to let it slide. It was probably just my imagination, after all. Hello. It was trying to show off that the grass is growing through the terrain, and that these ruins are even more ruined than you might have originally anticipated. You see, that's what happened there. It wasn't beep beep, it was part of the music. Well, that explains that, I guess, but you know, it sounded pretty beepy to me. We're going in a puzzle. Let's go in there. Let's go learn some things. Window through a door. And we need a reflector to open the window through the door. But will we be able to be the smarts? This is the first puzzle of the day, after all. We might fail. We might lose. We might not do the thing. It's all possible. It's all very possible. I'm going to put you over here, because I don't know what to do with you. You're a bomb, right? No, you're the buzzer. The one we can go bonk against and not be dead. That's always nice. When we can do something fun and it makes us not be dead. Unless we do it too frequently, and then, to be honest, it's fair enough. Because we were taunting the thing all this time, and it wasn't very nice of us. Here's something. I can see you. And I can also grab that reflector in a minute. But I was curious about what was what. I just don't understand this one. I figured I'd try and make some progress here, but honestly, it's such a thankless task compared to what else is out there. Ba-doo-ba-doo-boom boop. Alright, let's just first do the obvious, which is getting rid of this tedious sound effect that's playing forever. Which I feel like I just did a little bit wrong. Actually, if I place it over here, I should be able to do the thing. Which is, if I do this and that, if I do this, and that, then I can move this one out of the way. And we got ourselves a new reflector. What are we gonna use this new reflector for? I don't know. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be something that we always wanted to do in our lives, like jet ski. It's unlikely that we're gonna be able to jet ski with this reflector, but I like to live with a large amount of hope in my life. which can sometimes lead to jet skiing. I wonder if this is the entire puzzle. Because I don't... No, there's more to this than meets the eye. There's at least a ladder. You know. That's something. A ladder? Something. Oh, no, it was really just a ladder, and that was the entire puzzle. Well, it was a good puzzle to start the level off with, at least, you know. Just do the obvious and win instantly. Yeah, it's a good way to start up our brain cells before we get to the real deal. I made a box float. Seriously, it was awesome. Alright, so I guess boxes float. That's good to know, I guess. There are hidden dangers in this new world. I have inexplicably escaped death any number of times. I suggest vigilance, not vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often? By Semthera. Thank you, Semthera, for that helpful tip. I looked at that PC. I looked at that little computery doodly. And yet now it's beeping at me again. Why are you beeping? You're trying to talk to me. Hello again. I've been checking your responses against library archives, and in order to assist you further, I need some additional information. Can you tell me what is to you the important difference between a pebble and a tree? Let's see. A tree is alive, a tree is heavier, or the pebble is older. Well, the pebble, I guess it would be older, wouldn't it? Yeah. That's not really important, and I don't really care about any of these things. But if I had, I guess, I mean, one's a rock and one's a tree. And the tree's pretty big. What if it's a really big pebble? What if the pebble is tree-sized? Did you ever think about that? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Trees, I don't care. Pebbles are no older. Probably true, but hardly related to our inquiry. The answer I was looking for was that the tree is alive. I mean, come on. Now, what is the relevant difference between a tree and a frog? A frog is delicious. He's looking for this one. This one is dumb, and this one is too good not to do. I suspect you're trying to make this more difficult than it already is. Frog is conscious, but a tree is not. A 5-year-old could handle this. Let's try something harder. What's the difference between a frog and you? What makes you a person? Frogs are people too. I mean, it is tempting. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty tempting to choose this one. I'm rational? No, I'm not. I have feelings? Well, yes. I'm self-aware? Nah. This sounds more right than all the other ones. Well, it's not inconsistent with what you said earlier. Frogs may not be smart, but I suppose they can solve simple problems. How about we strike a deal? I'll agree that animals are every bit as valuable or pointless as human beings. You agree that there are some activities persons are capable of that frogs are not, because if frogs are people, then the certification program is radically unfit for this purpose. No deal. Well, I'm sorry, but if you want administrative privileges, you're just gonna have to prove in some way that you are distinguishable from a lower amphibian. What I'd like to put to you is that the important difference between you and a frog is that you're irrational. You are self-aware. That's what makes a person. Let us take stock. I think we can tentatively conclude two things. A person must be rational or self-aware. A person must be conscious. What I suggest we do is to help resolve your problem is ask whether you are in fact those things. Are you aware of yourself? Can you rationalize your existence? Nope. Does not compute. I think you're selling yourself a little short. Though your responses have been a little eccentric, I am resigned to admit that you are smarter than you seem. The matter of whether or not you're conscious seems rather more elusive. What is consciousness, in your opinion? Conscious is what it's like to be me. Consciousness is the feeling and senses. Consciousness is far outside my area of expertise. I like this one the most. Consciousness is far outside my area of expertise is pretty good as well, and it makes us more consistent given the previous answers of just saying nothing, but I like this one. That hardly answers the question. What is it in ordinary terms? Can I touch it? What is it made of? Consciousness is made of neurons, is beyond the laws of physics, is a complex functional system, or is another word for the soul? Sure. Interesting. Thinking. You know, I really feel like we're making progress. We'll have you through that certification program in no time. In the meantime, I will mull over your proposal and notify you if I come to any conclusions. Thanks. I feel like I'm doing a good job at solving this whole consciousness thing. Because he seemed pretty positive about it. He knew that I know what I'm doing. I'm going to that one first because that one's closer to the door. I don't really have a reason to choose this one over the other one, but I feel like this particular puzzle is the right choice for a second puzzle the other day. Something about a star. Something about a star. Got another buzzer. Boop. But do we have... Oh, something about a star. We have a star to our disposal. I forgot something because I was not aware that there was gonna be a star there, but now I do. Now I'm aware. Get that? It appeared out of nowhere. Gonna place it over here. Frogs and people too. You're welcome, world. You are welcome. Without that little bit of information, you might not be able to solve the complicated puzzles in this game, after all. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I am not sorry, but I am so sorry. Let's put this reflector in the right spot. Let's put it in the right spot. I guess I'll just put it over here. And then, just to be safe, I'm gonna put you over there, right in front of the door, right in the middle. It's gonna be easy to grab that squeezy. And as such, we can move on. Frogs are people too. Well, that's a video title. Let's just immediately grab the star. 'Cause it's immediately available to me. Give it. Anything else interesting here? This seemed pretty easy. This is just using logic from the previous levels. Just using logic from World A, the easy world land. Where it's like, oh, just step inside. A different puzzle. Make the laser go swoosh. And there you go. Your puzzle is solved. I feel like I'm gonna have to do this for some unknown reason. And that's because the unknown reason is really just that particular thing being in the way a lot more than that particular thing. Oh, this thing. Oh. Well, aren't you being a little bit irritating, sir? Interesting. If I just put it as far to the left as possible. Would this work? I mean, this seems like a pretty silly solution. But it might work. I mean, it's longer not in the thing now. I'm a genius! Oh, that was also the entire puzzle. I guess I really am a genius. I always knew, to be honest, that was the case, but not... That was probably the least complicated puzzle we've seen so far in the entire game. Wow. I didn't think that moment would ever actually happen, but here we are. We have actually reached point 0. Now we can only go up. Any puzzle we find from this point on is going to be less complicated, well, like more complicated than that one. Regardless of, like, even if it just contains an extra jammy jammer that opens a single door. We have solved the puzzle by placing one laser and pointing it at a switch. We did it. We saved logic. Or some, what does that even mean? I don't know. We saved logic. I'm gonna leave it at that one. Because my brain is just so utterly fried from that particular puzzle. So there's just nothing I can do about it all. I will find secrets here. You cannot hide from the great me. Or can you? And probably you can hide from me. And I'll... Oh. Something made a nice little sound. I don't know what it was, but Something made a nice little sound. Isn't that nice? Might have just been part of the music as well, but you know, important to like recognize these things. Oh, there's like a little icon for puzzle where what the thing is you need. I didn't even know that. Now I do. I need the laser for this one. So obviously this is the next level of the laser puzzles, considering it also involves a laser. Yeah. This looks like a puzzle piece, but it's not. It's not puzzle. It's not puzzle. So we continue. Not puzzle. So we leave. But what are we gonna do? What kind of things are gonna stumble our brain cells into saying, no, it's too hard. We can't do this anymore. We can no longer think about all these difficult things you're putting us through. And I'll be like, that's a fair thing to say, I suppose, but it is rather inconvenient that that is the solution my own brain has decided to tell me. And as such, I am stuck, but we haven't reached that point yet. We haven't reached that particular moment in our lives just yet. Whoops. This is an awkwardly placed thing. Let's just do that again. Let's just do that a little bit better. Red, I need you. I need you to hit the red one and then not be in such an intrusive location. Thanks. Put it. Do it. Leave it. Solve it. Win it. Be a winner. Be strong. Be the strongest puzzler the world has ever seen. Really, the main reason I'm spending so much time with these puzzles is just because I'm looking for secrets. Because this puzzle is indeed one level higher from the previous one we did, in that we had to do 2 lasers and a switch. I feel like B1 and A8, or A7 I guess, are on a different galaxy when it comes to difficulty scales, because, I don't know, maybe, I guess it is possible to go into world B before you have all the things, so I guess that might be the reason, but god, these puzzles, man, they're almost offensive. They're almost offensive to my current puzzle solving capabilities, you know? Know what I mean? I can make a box float, supposedly. Give me that. Oh. Wait, would that actually get me stuck if I did the thing? Oh, that's what the load checkpoint button is for. They're actually gonna make puzzles to get you stuck in places. That's cool. I like that. I personally am a fan of that because we haven't seen that yet. I mean, it failed, but, you know, it tried. It at least made an attempt. So, and again, that was the entire puzzle. Game, what are you doing right now? Are you okay? Are you okay, game? Because I feel like you've gotten ill. And you're no longer your former self. You have become a shell of a puzzle game. And you're just trying to make me look everywhere because you had such fancily hidden things previously, and now I'm just beating all your puzzles in seconds. I'm literally doing the only thing available to me, and it's good enough. That's an actual bomb. How about you shut up for a moment? And let me just look around. I wouldn't be surprised if I am. Oh god, look at that. The actual desert. Would you look at that? Do I have a box so I can just not jump all the time? That would be cool, I guess. There should be a box here somewhere, I think. But I wanted to see the things, you know? I wanted to see the world. And the world has been seen this day. Give it. Alright, what happens when I do this? Where are you gonna go, little guy? You gonna blow up? You gonna do nothing? You gonna do nothing at all? And that's fine, I guess. That's what you wanna do. Then fair enough. But I'm not really sure what that accomplishes for either of us. So all in all, what are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, so I guess I need to get the box to this thing somehow. There's a QR code over there. That's like, hey, let's read the QR code, and then you get exploded by the bam. Because that's how rude this game is. They also forgot to put a very visible wall there, but that happens sometimes. Hello. Child program, codename center is terminated here, but only I was... Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna get blown up by that bomb. I refuse. Well, I might at some point. I might at some point get blown up by that bomb, but right now, I do not feel like getting blown up by that bomb. If I, like, do this, would you go sideways? Is that a thing? No. That'd be fun if it was, though. So there's, hang on. Is this, like, am I overthinking this? Am I, like, drastically overthinking what I'm gonna have to do here? No. No. Well, actually, maybe yes, thinking about it. Hang on. I doubt this is gonna work because this is dumb, but... You know, you gotta try it at some point in your life, right? It was not that dumb. Okay, that's good. But I feel like I feel like I'm not far away from the solution. I'm not. Actually, I figured it out. I figured out the puzzle. Never mind. These are all really simple. These are really, really simple puzzles. I'm like almost disappointed by what I just did. Like, obviously, my brain is growing so much in size that these puzzles can't even handle me right now. But one might also say that these puzzles were just considerably more simplistic than the previous ones. And were mostly just made to show off the pretty area while you do not really do much of the thinking and instead just do a lot of the looking at all of the prettiness that's going on. Yeah. You know, that might be it. I don't think there's secrets here, but I might be wrong. Maybe I missed them. Maybe they were just secret switches. Secret switches that I missed it. It's a nice looking palm tree though. There's like yellow leaves. I don't think we've seen a palm tree with yellow leaves before. That's cool. And at least we know that frogs are people too. So all in all, it was kind of more of a...
Cease!
Awesome.
In the time of your ancestors, there were those who did not choose the path of faith. You do not need to fear their ghosts. Fear only that you may become like them.
That was so cool. Then again, I'm a sucker for anything that does anything with Serious Sam. And when it's the actual creators of Serious Sam, it does sort of make sense, you know, but... God. Thank you. Alright, I guess we're just gonna walk to the computer, read some things, and then move on with our lives. What I'm guessing. Did I read that one already? I feel like I did. Yeah, I feel like I did. Stop it! Let's just first look at the kitten, because kitten, no. And B! Osiris 1. Original translation by E.A. Wallace Budge. Annotation by someone. The dying man went to the scribe who resided in Prigmigid and said, "Behold, I am weak of body. My days under the holy sun of Amun-Ra are coming to an end. Though I have spent my years in service of the two lands, I have not studied the... Tell me, you who are wise in the writings of the dead, what lies ahead of my journey? What will I face in the land of the Westerners?" And the scribe spoke, saying, "At the appointed time, it is likely the location was changed according to the copy of the book who it was made for. The dying man is an avatar of the owner. In the older manuscripts, it is rendered as some controversy as to whether it the dead. Compare it with Kentia Mentiu, the foremost of the Westerners, a title later given to Osiris. Sometimes mistaken for a mistranslation on Budge's part, this is actually almost certainly a mistranslation by the ancient scribe. The equivalent portion of the older manuscript is sadly not extant. That didn't get me anywhere. Got it. Cannot load video file. 24 million views. My new song with lyrics. Gotta laugh about this stuff. Laughter's the best medicine. Lol. I got it. You got it. He got it. She got it. Mama got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, everybody. This reminds me of that booty song. Dancing dog. Everybody got it. Except dog. Woof. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Favorite out of the playlist. Well, I would listen to it. I kind of want to hear this song now. Are there any like hidden messages in this? Probably not. This is just a song about a dog. Dog is fine. Dog is fine. That's what matters. Immortality. This Gruntlowmeister's blocks to see. Episode 200. I already want to stop reading.
I don't know about everybody else, but I'm afraid of dying. I don't see any reason to believe there's an afterlife. I'm an organism like any other. When my brain stops working, my consciousness will cease, and I will be gone. And you know what? I can't just embrace that. I can't say I'm okay with it, or I've accepted it, or some nonsense like that. I don't want to have an ending. It terrifies me. If I had a genie right now, I'd wish for immortality. Who wouldn't? Oh, but you wouldn't really want to be immortal, the pseudo-science philosophers say. Pretentious drivel. Everyone wants to live forever. Maybe everyone deserves to live forever too. But we can't. So we're here. Live with it. Or rather, don't.
The role of mutation in evolution is particularly fascinating. Mutation is essentially an error in the organism's central database. A variable gets changed, a piece of information is accidentally doubled or combined with another. Most of the time, the result is the equivalent of a bug, causing anything from minor problems to complete system shutdown, i.e. death. But sometimes the new information is functional, giving the organism an advantage against the challenges it faces, in which case it has a much higher chance of being passed to the next generation. If you consider how unlikely a beneficial mutation is, and how long it takes for such a mutation to propagate, this process can give you an amazing insight into just how vast the genetic history of each living organism. Numbers, words, hexadecimals probably translates to something, but I'm too lazy to translate it, so there you go. Simultaneously, it is intriguing to consider what a major role random errors have played in the evolution of life itself. The same process that has killed so many of us, often in horrific ways, is also responsible for our very existence.
Capacity.
Yeah, no worries. EL is not only ridiculously fast, it also has a bazillion tons of space. Even while hosting a full copy of the archive, it'll totally be able to handle all your project's data needs, assuming its output is as you suggested. I mean, the worst case scenario would be like centuries. That should be enough, right?
Right?
By Trev. Oh god, I don't even remember what that was about. Evolution, favorited by George Jameson. One of the common misunderstandings about evolution, sometimes accidentally promoted by people who should know better, is that it's an active process. Sometimes the term evolve is even applied to individual beings, as if some invisible force had to driven them to suddenly change. But the truth is that individuals don't evolve. The term evolution describes a long-term process that can be observed in an entire population across time to example, in response to an external threat or challenge. If an individual coincidentally has a trait that allows it to deal with challenges more effectively than others, it is more likely to pass on that information to its descendants. That information gives them an advantage, so over time they become the most dominant model of that species. The individual has experienced no significant genetic change during their lifetimes, but each of them is part of the evolution of the species. That was a bunch of words. They said a bunch of things. Let's move on to B2.